These are the facts. The plaintiffs were the registered owners of a piece of land, but they discovered that the land was no longer registered in their name. The land had been transferred to Fuji Mao Group Sdn Bhd and then sold to the appellant, Pujaan Pertama. The plaintiffs sued to recover the land, and the trial judge found that the plaintiffs had never executed the transfer to Fuji Mao and that the appellant was not a purchaser in good faith. The court directed that the land be re-registered in the name of the plaintiffs, and the appellant appealed the decision. The decision, dismissing the appeal. The trial judge found that a Form 14A was a forgery, based on the fact that the solicitor whose name appeared on the form testified that the signature was not hers and the form bore the stamp of a law firm that she had left 4 years prior to the date of the form. The trial judge concluded that it was probable that the signatures of the plaintiffs were forgeries too. The appeals court found that this was a reasonable finding of fact based on the evidence and that the trial judge was not plainly wrong in arriving at this conclusion. A handwriting expert concluded that at least one of the signatures on the Form 14A was likely a forgery, and that it was not possible to exclude the possibility that the other disputed signatures were also forgeries. The Form 14A also contained an incorrect NRIC number. Based on these findings, the appeals court determined that the trial judge's conclusion that the Form 14A was a forgery should not be overturned. A finding of fraud made against the second defendant would operate to bind the rest of the parties in the action. Fraud was proven against Fuji Mao, which means the appellant, who dealt directly with them, acquired defeasible title under the National Land Code. The burden of proving that the appellant was a bona fide purchaser for valuable consideration does not arise, as they were not a subsequent purchaser under the relevant provision. The plaintiffs do not need to prove fraud or conspiracy against the appellant or impropriety in the conveyance of the property from Fuji Mao to the appellant. To know more,